In the world of luxury cars, one name stands above all: Rolls-Royce. Behind these magnificent cars lies a special story that begins with a small child whose entire childhood was spent in child labor. Henry Royce was born in 1863 in a small village in England. His childhood was very difficult. When he was just 4 years old, his father's business failed, and the family fell into deep poverty. 5 years later, when he was 9, his father passed away. To support the family, his mother started working in other people's homes, and young Henry had to start delivering newspapers. At 14, his fortune changed when his aunt noticed his intelligence. With her help, Henry got a job at the Great Northern Railway Company. For the next 3 years, he worked extremely hard. During the day, he worked in the factory, and at night, he studied books on carpentry, mathematics, and electronics. Through this hard work, by 17, he had become a skilled mechanic. At 21, Henry Royce was working as an engineer at Maxim Western. When the company faced closure, he made a bold decision. Instead of looking for another job, he took a risk. With just £20 in savings, he opened F.H. Royce & Company in Manchester, making his friend Ernest Claremont a partner. Initially, the company survived by doing small jobs repairing sewing machines, electrical work, and similar tasks. But Royce noticed the growing demand for electrical equipment and lights. He shifted his focus to manufacturing arc lamps, bulb holders, and electronic doorbells. This thinking proved correct, and by 1900, the company's annual earnings reached £20,000. At 38, Royce's life was going perfectly. He had a family, good work, and was planning to build a large factory. But fate had other plans. In 1901, German and American companies entered the British electronics market. This suddenly increased competition in the electronics market, prices of electronic goods fell, and Royce's business began to weaken. The pressure of watching his hard-earned money being wasted began to affect his health. When Royce consulted a doctor, he received a simple suggestion: he needed fresh air to recover. The doctor advised buying a car for stress-free travel. During his rest period, Royce bought a French-made Decauville car. But this car became a source of trouble. It was very noisy, the brakes were unreliable, and the car frequently overheated. For a perfectionist like Royce, these flaws were unacceptable. Making small modifications eventually led him to redesign the entire car, which was far better than the original Decauville. This success breathed new life into Royce. With renewed enthusiasm, he assembled a team and began designing his new car. Finally, Royce's 10-horsepower, 2-cylinder car began to take shape. In terms of quietness, lightness, durability, and reliability, this car was far superior. On April 1, 1904, the car's first road test took place, where it covered 50 kilometers without any issues. Excited by this success, Royce built 2 more such cars. But Royce had no means to bring them to the world. This is where the second hero enters the story: Charles Rolls. At an exhibition where Royce was displaying his cars, they caught Charles Rolls' attention. Rolls was a good motorist and successful luxury car dealer. He was looking for a good British car company. After thoroughly examining the cars, Rolls told his business partner that he had found the world's best engineer. This meeting led to a partnership between Charles Rolls and Henry Royce, and in March 1906, Rolls-Royce Limited was officially established. The company started with 4 models, variants of 10, 15, 20, and 30 horsepower cars. Rolls-Royce believed that the best way to market cars was to participate in racing tournaments, and Rolls-Royce participated in famous races like Isle of Man and Tourist Trophy. Victories in these events, along with several speed records, soon established Rolls-Royce as a top car maker. But their greatest success was yet to come. In late 1906, Rolls-Royce introduced a revolutionary model with 40 and 50 horsepower and 6 cylinders. Its silver-like body gleamed in the light, and it ran so silently that it earned the name Silver Ghost. To demonstrate its capability, Rolls-Royce conducted a unique test. They drove the Silver Ghost continuously every Sunday for 2.5 months, covering 24,000 kilometers without any issues. The company also conducted the famous whisper test, where they placed a coin on the car's bonnet and drove it without the coin falling off, proving the car's exceptional smoothness. These strategies made the Silver Ghost a sensation in the automotive world, and it became the preferred car of kings, maharajas, and major industrialists worldwide. The Rolls-Royce partnership proved to be a masterstroke, and they were finding success everywhere. Then a terrible incident occurred. Charles Rolls, who was passionate about both cars and airplanes, was flying a Wright Flyer on July 12, 1910, when tragedy struck. The plane's tail section broke off, and it fell from a height of 100 feet. At just 32 years of age, Rolls became Britain's first plane crash victim. This loss deeply shocked the company, and before they could recover, in 1911, Royce received more bad news that he had bowel cancer. Even after surgery, doctors said he would only live for 3 months. Even while facing death, Royce continued to improve the design and engineering of the Silver Ghost. Then a miracle happened, and after 3 months, he fully recovered. Upon returning, Royce made major improvements to the Silver Ghost, enhancing its ground clearance, suspension, and chassis strength. During this time, noticing the trend of personal mascots on car bonnets, the company created its own iconic symbol, the Spirit of Ecstasy. Based on British actress Eleanor Thornton, this beautiful statue of a woman leaning into the wind became a timeless symbol of freedom and speed. These new innovations took Rolls-Royce to new heights, and by 1913, the company's profit exceeded £90,000. International expansion plans were underway when World War I broke out in 1914, threatening to destroy all their hard work. The luxury car market came to a standstill, the company had to lay off employees, and many people began talking about Rolls-Royce's demise. However, the company showed remarkable adaptation and worked with military officers to prepare their cars for the World War. The Silver Ghost was prepared with major modifications. It was fitted with 8 mm thick armor and a rotating tower with a machine gun. These modified cars proved very useful in the Middle East deserts and for espionage work. The car's famous smooth ride made it an ideal ambulance, with space for stretchers, medical equipment, and nursing staff. Electric lights allowed work at night, and these ambulances saved many lives. During the World War, these cars were highly valuable to military officers. Working with the military presented another opportunity. The British Air Force was dependent on French airplane engines. The government wanted a British supplier, and seeing this, Rolls-Royce began manufacturing aircraft engines. Royce himself learned aero engine design, which led to the 1915 Eagle engine, superior in reliability, weight, and fuel efficiency. The British Air Force immediately ordered 500 engines. This success led to more innovations: the Hawk engine for small planes, the Falcon engine in 1916, and the Condor engine for long-distance planes in 1918. These engines gave Britain significant advantages in aerial combat, spy missions, anti-submarine operations, and bombing missions. After the war, Rolls-Royce spent 15 years developing both car and plane technology. They introduced a smaller, lower-priced Car 20, although its sales didn't meet expectations. By 1925, competition in the luxury car market had increased due to brands like Bentley, Delmar, and Cadillac. Rolls-Royce needed a bold car to maintain its position. Therefore, they replaced the Silver Ghost and launched the new Phantom with better performance and four-wheel brakes. The Phantom was very successful and made Rolls-Royce the king of the luxury car market again. Later, Phantom 2 was also launched, which received equally good response. In 1931, Rolls-Royce acquired the struggling Bentley company. Their next car, the Bentley 3.5L, beautifully combined the qualities of both companies. Sadly, Henry Royce didn't see this success. He passed away on April 22, 1933, at age 70, just months before the car's production began. Since Sir Henry Royce's death, Rolls-Royce has seen many ups and downs. Magnificent cars like Phantom 3, Silver Shadow, and Ghost maintained the company's prestige, but financial difficulties in the 1960s forced the separation of the company's aviation and automobile sections. Today, although BMW Motors owns Rolls-Royce, the brand still remains at the top of luxury cars. Rolls-Royce is not just a car, it's a masterpiece that reflects its unique founder's perfectionist thinking.